Hello guys, and welcome to another video of our small dairy farm in western part of Iceland. Our farm is called Snorrastaðabúið, and this is a video where I am going to show you how our new 3 cows we bought from a neighboring farm adjusted over a period of time. Now, our milking robot, which is of the new sort, De Laval VMS 3300, at least 300, didn't have loads of problems with them. These cows are of the older sort, so like this one's especially, he had some troubles with in the beginning. Now he seems to have figured it out. This is not just a dumb machine, it actually learns, which is incredible. The AI is here and it's going to dominate us all, but that's another point. So we've already shown you the first 2. The first one was the brownish one, 477, called Pila. The second one we just saw was 473, called Abadis. And this one is number 472 and is called Boat. And these are the literal first milkings that the robot is doing on them, and that's very normal for cows that have had this experience, that transporting them any sort of distance, especially on a trailer, is not good for their stress level. So the first milkings were kind of obsolete, but they're necessary to get them adjusted into the whole system. So they used to be tied up on stalls and milked 2 times a day. And while that was the norm for, I don't know, thousands of years in many parts of the world, this milking system that we have allows them to come into the robot to be milked after a certain amount of time has passed. So we kind of, the Goldilocks zones is 3.3 times a day, but we kind of allow them to be able to go over 4 times a day if they so choose, but we try to keep them, below that. More than 4 times is not good for them, so it is an option for them, but we try not to have that be what they do. It's kind of, but yeah, that's the plan, and then we try. So this is the second day for 477, and you can see she isn't starting to eat the pellets that come there in the front or anything, and she's still quite stressed being in the robot. And you can see in just a second she's gonna move her head in a very obvious way that indicates that she's not comfortable where she is. And I thought this is a huge point of the video, is that this is day 2, so this is like 24 hours after I recorded the first video. Now we can see them, this is day 4, I think, and I think also this is around 3 o'clock, and now they're going on their own in the robot. Like, they've gone through the robot maybe 11 times, about that, and now they're just going in on their own. So we had the most issues when we moved our cows back in the day, was that the older cows, they were so used to the human touch. So as I mentioned before, these cows were tied on stalls and they were milked 2 times a day, but they were milked by humans. Here you can see how good she's progressing. This is 472, the brown one that went in on her own. But they were used to humans coming in, starting to work around them, and so this is them doing it on their own. You can see how stiff she is. That's because they're not used to walking so much. But We had some maintenance on the robot, so the robot was not milking for a couple of hours the day after this, and on the 12th hour they started to look around for humans, like, hey, it's the 12th hour, we need to be milked now. And that's exactly the same experience we had with our older cows. It took them way longer to adjust than the new heifers, the first or second calf heifers. They adjusted in from a week until maybe a month, but the older cows, it took them up to 3 months and up to 12. And honestly, 2 never adjusted. They were just like, I need someone to clap me on my back and tell me it's time to go to milk. And after you do that, it's not a problem. I'll stand up on my own, I'll walk there on my own, and I'll go in on my own. They just needed that human element. And we don't, that's if that's how it is, that's how it is. It's not a problem. And now we're entering parts of the video where the cows have been going through for a couple of days, and she is the last one to be a little uncomfortable. I think this is her 5th day, so this is 473, and she's still, you can see that she's still a little uncomfortable. But just today, because I've been editing this video for a while, just today she was eating and she was way more relaxed. Here I am moving them through the gate. The gate used to be a big barricade, and I kind of needed to have my hands about me to move them around and kind of shoo them a bit. Now I don't need to do that. I just need to clap them a little bit on their back and they walk right through, because it's like a enclosing area for them, which makes them uncomfortable when they are uncomfortable. But if they're not uncomfortable, this is the last thing that makes them uncomfortable. But they are really stiff at the moment, so you see when they're walking out of the stall, that's uncomfortable, and as you can see her walking, they're really stiff at the moment. But just last couple of days that has improved a lot. But you can see she's really uncomfortable going backwards on her stall, and especially going down, and that's just stiffness. And she's just like, I don't wanna. It's difficult, Yeah, it's not easy, and I hope you can hear my voice there. I'm like fully compliable. I think it's totally normal. I've been to the gym, thought I've been really strong, but haven't been going for weeks or even months. Started at the last place I ended and felt like crap, and that's kind of how they're feeling. They haven't moved like this since the summer. Yeah, little trip, and then her back is a little bit arched, which indicates that she's stiff in her feet. But here is another thing. I put them all in the pen we have, the sorting pen. So the sorting pen for the cows, if they have access to the robot. The gate sorts them through, and she walked in on her own, just eating pellets, doing everything perfectly, and yeah, just they sometimes manage to do that. We just try to clean them as we go, and just scratch a little bit, and yeah, she's absolutely fine now in the robot, which is great. Now we just need them to know that they can go in on their own time. And there you can see the same cow, 477, just eating after milking. That's a great indicator of if they're feeling well. If they go out of the milking, go straight to eat, and then drink, eat maybe a little bit more, and then go and lay down. More of my cows and my dog. And finally, we have Abadi's 473. She's eating in the robot. She did not go in on her own. I think I assisted her a little bit, but yeah, that's great improvement in what, five days. And there she is again. This is actually just a couple hours ago. We feed them dried and grained or grounded grounded barley in the evenings, and then you can see Pila 477. But yeah, I thank you for watching, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye bye.